Hello, my dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are doing very well. So, in our today's session, my dear students, we are going to see about our government. Okay, now what is the meaning of our government? See, the person or the form of means a group of persons rule our country India. So that group of person is called as government. Okay, in this chapter we are going to see about the two parts of government, union government and state government. So come with me and explore the chapter. Now see, government is the basic requirement for any country to run smoothly. Now see, any country of this world, they need government to run themselves smoothly. Okay? It has the power to make and enforce laws for a country. Now why government is needed? Because to make the laws which uh, which was beneficial for any country, like at your own home. Okay, your parents act as the government of the home. Okay, because they set some rules and regulation which we have to follow. And why we need to follow them? To for the smooth conduction of our home. Okay, so similarly, governments are also required for any smooth running for the any country. Okay, India is a big country. As you all know, our country India is a very big country. There are 28 states and 8 union territories in India. There is one union or central government for the whole country. Each state has a state government. A union territory is under the direct control of the union government. So, my dear students, as we all know that our country India is a very big country. Total we have 28 states and 8 union territories. So, all those 28 states as a combined nation ruled by one single government known as union government or central government. Okay, and all the states also have their respective state government, and remaining 8 union territories of India, they are directly governed by central government of India. Okay, so first of all we are going to discuss about union government or central government of India. See, our constitution clearly lays down the power and functions of the union government and the state government. The union government deal with the subject of national importance such as defense, communication, finance, foreign affairs, international trade, etc. Now you can see our constitution. Okay, in the book of our constitution, it is completely means it is totally written about the powers and the functions which was given and which was followed by union government as well as state government. Okay, the union government deals the power means the union government possesses the power on national level, like they have to deal with the matter which deals in our national importance, like our defense system, our communication system, our finance system. Okay, all this comes directly under the central government or union government. We follow a democratic form of government. Okay, see, we follow a democratic form of government. We have a parliament at the center. As you all know, India is a democratic country. And why India is a democratic country? Because we have right to vote. We have the right to choose our own union government. That's why we follow the democratic form of government. Okay, we have the parliament. Okay, we have a parliament house at the center of our nation. It has two houses, and in parliament house it is divided into two parts, means it is divided into two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha means the lower house, Rajya Sabha means upper house. Okay, the parliament house is divided into two parts, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha means upper house of the parliament, and sorry, Rajya Sabha means upper house of the parliament, and Lok Sabha means lower house of the parliament. Every 5 years, general elections are held throughout the country to elect our representative for the Lok Sabha. Every Indian who is not less than 18 years of age can vote. Often there are two or more candidates for one seat. Now you can see on the interval of every 5 years, Lok Sabha elections are organized. As you can see, my dear students, in the year 2024, Lok Sabha elections are conducted. Okay, and through that election, BJP again formed a union government. Okay, so here you can see, my dear students, your parents, your guardians have gone and cast their vote. And while casting your vote, blue colored inks are marked on your finger. It depicts that you casted your vote. Okay, my dear students. So see, if you have the age of 18 or more than you are 18 years, then you have full authority, you have full right to cast your vote. Okay, see, when these elections are held, okay, these elections are held on seats. Okay, so at one seat maybe more than 3 or 4 candidates who are fighting to win. Okay, so you have to choose between 2 person, you have to choose between 3 or 5 person who are currently fighting for that seat according to your choice. Okay, because it is our fundamental right. The candidate who gets the highest number of votes is elected. Now see, if at one seat, okay, for example, this is South Delhi. I'm just giving you an example. For the South Delhi seat, if 5 candidates are fighting, okay, so among those 5 candidates, the candidate who got the highest number of votes is declared as the winner of this seat. Okay, voting is done by secret ballot by electronic vending machines called EVMs. Now, I'm continuously talking about voting rights, but where we go and cast our vote? Actually, all the votings are casted through EVMs. EVMs means electronic vending machines. Nobody knows for whom a voter has voted. Through a EVM machine, we casted our vote, and nobody knows literally know that a voter, a person voted for whom candidate. Okay, there are there are many political parties in our country, India. Okay, the candidates contesting the elections belong to some political party. You all know, my dear students, in our country there are many political parties. Okay, national parties, in national parties, state parties, okay, some local parties also. Okay, so all those candidates who are participating in this elections must belong to some political group. The party that wins the majority of seats has the right to form the government. So the party, okay, so the party which own the largest number or the highest number of seats, they got the full authority to form a government. Okay, the leader of the majority party is appointed by the president as the prime minister. Now who become prime minister of our country? See, suppose party A, okay, party A won the elections. Now the leader of that party A, okay, now the leader of that party A who won the elections, okay, that party A person was going to become the prime minister of India. Okay, and that prime minister of India was appointed by president of our country, India. The prime minister selects his own team of ministers and the president appoints them. Now, when prime minister was selected, he or she need, okay, to form a government, then prime minister select his or her team. Okay, and after when prime minister select them, okay, they make a list, and after president approve that list. The member of the Lok Sabha elect their own presiding officer. Now all the members of the Lok Sabha elect their own presiding officers. That presiding officer is known as the Speaker of Lok Sabha. Okay. Now what is the meaning of a speaker? Means both houses have a speaker who spoke on the behalf of that Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha is the law-making body of the country. See, Lok Sabha is the lower body of Parliament House, but it acts as a law-making body for our country, India. The member of the Rajya Sabha are elected by the members of the state assemblies. Now, the members of the Rajya Sabha, they are elected by the state assembly. There are 12 members of the Rajya Sabha are nominated by the President of India. Now you can see, my dear student, in case of Rajya Sabha, all the members except 12 members, okay, except 12 members, all the members of Rajya Sabha are elected by state assemblies. Okay, now those 12 members who are remained, okay, who are going to choose them? Those 12 members of Rajya Sabha was appointed by President of India. Okay, the Vice President of India presides over the meeting of the Rajya Sabha. Now, who is the head of Rajya Sabha? The Vice President of our country, India. The President of India is elected for 5 years by the elected member of the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and the elected member of state assemblies under a special wing of voting. Now you all know how Prime Minister was elected, but how President of our country is elected? President of our country is elected through the vote of Lok Sabha member, Rajya Sabha member and the members who are elected in state assembly. All those persons combinedly vote and finally the president of our country India is chosen. Okay? The vice president is elected by the member of the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Now see, in the case of selecting our vice president, in this case only both house members are allowed. Means for the choosing vice president of our country India, voting is done by Lok Sabha members and Rajya Sabha members. Here state assembly members don't participate. Okay, to settle disputes, court have been constituted. Now if any kind of dispute arise in our country, so for resolving those disputes, all the courts are assembled in our country. The Supreme Court, situated in New Delhi, is the highest court of justice in India. So the Supreme Court of India is the highest justice server court of our country, India. The Chief Justice and the other judges of the Supreme Court are appointed by the President. Now, the Chief Justice of India and the other judges of Supreme Court of India are elected by the President of India. The decision of the Supreme Court is final in all legal matter. Why Supreme Court is known as the ultimate decision maker? Because Supreme Court decision, okay, Supreme Court decision is mandatory to accept by all the people of India. That's why Supreme Court is the ultimate justice server of our country, India. Here, my dear students, you can see this is the Supreme Court of our country, India. So, we discussed above Union Government of India, which worked on national level. Okay, now we are going to discuss about state government who work on state level. Okay, see, every state has a legislative assembly. Member of the legislative assembly, MLAs, are elected by voters for a term of 5 years. Now see, my dear students, each and every state of India have their own legislative assembly, and the member of this legislative assemblies, means MLAs, are elected by the voters for the term of 5 years. Means all the members, all the MLAs of this state government are elected by the voting system. Just like on every 5 year of interval, union government elections contested. Similarly, to form a state government, okay, there is also an interval of 5 years. Okay, after each 5 year, new elections are contested for forming a state government in any state of India. Okay, so all the MLAs are elected through this state elections. Okay, the voter for the Lok Sabha and the Legislative Assembly are the same. So if we compare the voters of the Lok Sabha and the voters of State Assembly, both are same. The Legislative Assembly is the law-making body of the state. Now, in what matter the members of Lok Sabha and the members of Legislative Assembly are same? Because, my dear students, on national level, okay, on national level, a member of Lok Sabha act as the law-making body. Similarly on state level, these MLAs are worked as law-making bodies. Okay, the number of members in an assembly depend on the population of the state. Now the number of these MLAs are totally dependent upon how much populated your state. Okay, for example, Uttar Pradesh is the most populated state. That's why the number of MLAs is highest in Uttar Pradesh. Similarly, the population of Sikkim is very small. Okay, so the member come from Sikkim state may be much lower in comparison of Uttar Pradesh. Okay, the member of the legislative assemblies elect their own speakers. Okay, now you can see the speaker of Lok Sabha are elected by themselves. Similarly, MLA appoint their own speaker. Okay, some states have legislative councils also. Its members are elected by MLAs, members of local bodies, teachers and graduate. Now you can see in state government, okay, there are many minor levels also. See, MLAs act on state wise. Okay, after state wise there comes many levels. Okay, so after legislative assembly comes the level of legislative councils. Okay, now in legislative council, the member of those legislative councils are directly elected by member of legislative assemblies. Okay, because the member of legislative councils are from local members, like they are local teacher, local graduate person, okay, or maybe anyone. Okay, the governor is the head of the state. Now who is the head of our state? Governor. Similarly, who is the head of our country India? President. Okay, he is appointed for a term of 5 years by the President of India on the advice of the Prime Minister. And now who appoint governor? Governor is appointed by the President of India by taking the advice from Prime Minister of India. Okay, see, the governor of any state of India is directly appointed by President of India. But President of India take advice from Prime Minister of India before appointing any governor for any state of India. Like the president, the governor appoints the leader of the majority party in the legislative assembly as a chief minister of the state. Like you see, president appoints the prime minister on national level. Similarly, governor appoints chief minister of any state of India on the basis on the majority party. Okay, on the advice of the chief minister, other ministers also appointed by governor. Just like prime minister appointed cabinet ministry, similarly on state level, chief minister also appoint their cabinet ministry, but it is based on state level. Okay. Now, the highest court is in the state is the High Court. The chief justice and other judges are also appointed by the President of India. As you know, I already discussed with you, Supreme Court acts as on national level. Okay. So for state level, each and every state have high courts. Presently, there are 25 high courts in India and there are 28 states in India. It means 3 Indian states don't have their high courts. Okay. See, high court is the highest court for any state of India. Okay. The chief justice and other judges are also appointed by the President of India. Okay. See, chief justice of Supreme Court of India and other high court judges are appointed directly by our President of India. Under the high courts are the district courts. First comes Supreme Court, then comes High Court. After High Court comes District Court. Because Supreme Court is only one court which is presented at New Delhi. Every state of India have High Court, okay, and every district of Indian states have their own district courts. There are separate judges for civil and criminal cases. In rural areas, there are Panchayat Adalats also. So, at village level, we have different judges for civil matters and for criminal matters. And they are known as Panchayati Adalats. Okay? So, my dear student, this is all about our government. I hope you've got a very good understanding of this chapter. Okay? Go thoroughly through this chapter and complete the exercise based on this chapter. Okay? Now I'm taking leave and going to meet with you all in my next session with a new topic. Till then, take very good care of yourself. Bye.